England had a fantastic away win in their two-match test series in Sri Lanka, and I'm delighted to say that we are now joined by the England captain, Joe Root. Rooty, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dave.
I'll be teaching Susanna how to do the Root chant.
But we aren't just privileged to enjoy your company this morning, but also by the only Barmy Army superfan in Sri Lanka, Rob Lewis. Now, it's great to see Joe. Rob, it's great to see you as well. And can I just say, did you really go out to Sri Lanka last year to see the match which was cancelled and stay there the entire time until England returned?
That's exactly what I did, yeah.
What have you been doing in the meantime? Because they were due to play, weren't they, in March last year? Then it was all called off. What have you been spending your time doing?
Well, I'm lucky enough to work remotely, so that takes up quite a lot of my time. And during lockdown, I kind of adopted a little dog called Pup. I've been learning to DJ. I've made friends with like the Sri Lankan coaching staff. We made Sippers Club. So yeah, it's been quite a year, to be perfectly honest.
You've also been operating under the DJ name Randy Caddick as a tribute to the great Andy Caddick, former fast bowler, which brought a smile to my face. But there was a wonderful moment, and I want to bring Joe in here. You know, Joe, you had a fantastic test match, England captain, a rare away win in Sri Lanka, so congratulations. But you yourself, you know, had a sort of patchy year by your very high standards and then suddenly roared back with this double hundred, your fourth double hundred in Test cricket.
Done.
And at that moment of glory, of the double hundred, there was no one there, obviously, apart from your teammates on the balcony who you doff your bat to, and then you remembered actually there was somebody else there. It's Rob. And you say, there's you. And you turn round and there he is.
On the fort.
The only member of the Barmy Army on the top of the fort representing his nation. I know how much, Joe, you love the Barmy Army. How important was it to at least have one of them standing there on the fort?
Oh, it was magic. For us as players, the support that we get is phenomenal. The travelling support everywhere we go in the world, we are followed and supported extremely well, win, lose or draw. And to see Rob up there, hearing his story and seeing his journey over the last year, and for him to be able to enjoy that moment with us and with me personally was really quite special. And you know, in many ways, for all the guys in the dressing room, Rob's a bit of a beacon for everyone else watching on the screens back home that can't be here. So, you know, it was really, really special to be able to enjoy that with him.
Well, you know, Rob, I've loved cricket my entire life. I've followed Test cricket in particular, my absolute passion. I could only have dreamed when I was younger that one day I would be in a stadium after a Test win and the England captain would walk towards me with a mobile phone in his hand and call me and thank me personally. Let's take a little look at what Joe did for you.
Hello, mate. How are you? Very good, thanks. Very, very good, thank you. It's nice to see you finally up on the fort. Mate, it's an absolute pleasure. Well, that's why we've come over. Just want on behalf of all of the lads, we really appreciate your support. It's an incredible story and journey that you've been on over the last year or so. So more than anything, just wanted to say a massive thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate, and yeah, get Randy Caddick on the desk again. Celebrate hard. All right.
I mean, that is amazing, but we couldn't hear, Rob, what you were saying. You must have been absolutely ecstatic, weren't you?
Yeah, it was a bit of a blur. I was just saying thanks for coming over. It was such a nice gesture. I really didn't expect that. It's been a magic week. I actually missed your 100, Joe, because I was outside the stadium trying to get in at that point. So it was nice of you to get another double ton and give me a chance to get up there and see it. Cheers.
And Joe, just to put this in context, the last time you played in Sri Lanka, you had a crowd of 10,000 fans there. This time round, just Rob. So Rob gets the personalised phone call for his dedication, because he's not just out there, he's stayed out there for the best part of a year. I think Rob had tried to get in, hadn't they? And then eventually you guys took pity on him, and in order to reflect his sacrifice and his work, you managed to eventually make it easier for him to watch.
Well, yeah, I think more than anything, we just, you know, whenever we play, we want people to enjoy watching us play, and for him to get in to a position to watch us live, he's waited all that time. It was a small thing that we could do. So, you know, it's lovely to see him enjoying himself. And like I say, to be able to top it off with a win was really special. And, you know, hopefully...
And Joe, for you personally, I know you're very modest about your own achievements. You prefer to look at it as a team thing, and I understand that as captain. But you had a remarkable game for breaking various records and equaling others. For example, by getting your 4th Test double 100, you equalled Len Hutton, the great Sir Len Hutton's record, a fellow Yorkshireman. That must have been a special thing for you.
Yeah, you know, as a player, you just want to score as many runs as you can for your country. I'm very passionate and proud to get the opportunity to play for England, and I want to do as well as I can for as long as I can. So it's always very pleasing. It means so much more when you win games of cricket, and that's what you're there for. That's what you go out and play for, is to be there, having won and being able to celebrate with the rest of the group. So, you know, there will be hopefully many more milestones along the way. I'll be working as hard as I can to keep getting better. But ultimately, it's about trying to contribute to winning games. And thankfully, we're able to sit here 1-0 up in the series so far.
Well, it was a brilliant win. I'm going to come to that in a moment. It was your 98th Test match. You went past 8,000 Test runs. That means you've now scored more Test runs than Sir Garfield Sobers, arguably the greatest cricketer in history. I mean, come on, Rooty, this is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it feels great. You know, personally, you don't play for milestones, you play to win, but you know, it's always nice to have personal success along the way, and I feel in good touch. I feel like my game's getting better, and you know, I feel there's a lot of cricket left in me. So hopefully, there's a lot more to come.
A lot of people, when you started, you got the job very young as England captain. A lot of people sceptical that you had it in you. You're now only 2 Test wins away from being most successful England captain there's ever been in terms of Test victories.
Yeah, I mean, it's every England captain has a completely different journey. You know, mine has had its ups and downs, as has everyone else's. But the most important thing for me is we keep building as a team. We keep looking to get better. We've got a great attitude. We've got a great bunch of players that are all dedicated and work extremely hard. And we're on our upward curve as a side. You know,
if I'm the Australians, Joe, let's cut to the quick here. If I'm the Australians watching this, I've got Root back in ominous form. I've got Jofra Archer bashing helmets. I've got Ben Stokes, Superman, Broady and Anderson, the old warriors, still cartwheeling stumps. You've got the spinners, you've got the openers, you've got Lawrence bursting through. It's time for Australia to start getting a bit panicky, isn't it, about the Ashes next winter?
Yeah, well, things are looking very good at the moment, and it's really important that we continue to keep improving and looking to get better. But we're building nicely. There's a lot of cricket to be played between now and then, but you know, there's a lot of planning going ahead towards that. So
you're going to bring that urn home, Joe. Let's just come on.
Well, that's the aim. That's what it's all about. You know, it's so important that we go there and we do something very special. It's a big aim for us as a team, and we're working very hard towards it in the background. Well,
we're looking forward to that. Rob, we've got a little surprise for you because your DJ name, as I said, is Randy Caddick, and it's a homage to the former England star Andy Caddick. And Andy Caddick joins us now, live. Andy, good morning to you. Can you hear us, Andy? I think he's on mute. Can you hear us?
No, I can hear you. It just went a bit dead there for a minute.
Oh, no problem. And the real Andy Caddick, what would you like to say to Randy Caddick, who's taken your name to become a Sri Lankan DJ sensation and now the most famous Barmy Army fan in history?
It's got to be the highlight of my career, I think.
Oh, Rob, you are the highlight of Andy Caddick's career. What do you think of that?
Oh, that's insane. I've got like this. There's this one thing I had in mind. Like one day I want to DJ to like a small to medium-sized crowd, And I'm going to have a replay of you taking 4 wickets in 1 over against the West Indies in 2000 on repeat behind me.
Andy, we heard from Joe how important it is, the support of the fans. England have built up over the years a fantastic travelling support. And the Barmy Army, I think, have done... They don't just make a lot of noise and cheer the players on. They always support local charities wherever they go. And I know that, Rob, you've been doing that on their behalf in Sri Lanka.
For weekday,
how
worldwide.
important, Andy, for England players is it to have these guys who just come to Sri Lanka, to India, to West Indies, wherever it may be, to cheer you on?
Massively important. It was back in the early days when I was playing that the Barmy Army started back in 93, 94. I can remember a test match in West Indies where we hadn't beaten the West Indies at, I think it was Barbados, for a number of years. And the Barmy Army was forming there. And then my last test in 2003 in Sydney, we unfortunately didn't do too well during the series, but that last test match we won in Sydney. But the support we had in Sydney was unbelievable support from the Barmy Army. I can remember some very good nights out in the Barmy Army. There was one occasion in Wellington after we won the test match in New Zealand. Put it this way, we knew how to party back then, and the Barmy Army knew how to party with us. So, yeah.
I think Joe would probably love a bit of that action, but you're not allowed to anymore, Joe, are you?
No, that's a distant
You're
memory.
far too much of an athlete to go drinking with the Barmy Army. Finally, Rob, first of all, Joe, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate you coming on the programme. Best of luck in the second test, which starts on Friday. I think it's going to be a cracker because I think Sri Lanka may come at you hard, so best of luck in repelling them. And thank you to Andy Caddick for joining us, surprising Rob. But Rob, we can't leave this, I don't think. You were the only guy when the England captain got to 200 on that turret. You were the only one there. I presume you did the Barmy Army route chant. And I would like to end this segment with you bidding farewell to Joe Root in the customary Barmy Army way.
OK, I will, but I'm going to say this first. Yeah, the Barmy Army have been superb since I've been out here and supported me the whole time. Chris Millard and his team have really been amazing. They supported me with this charity work I'm doing for We Care. Yeah, it's been amazing, and I hope it continues. I did do it, but I just don't think it got picked up on camera.
Come on, let's just don't be. It's no time to be shy. You see, you have to know your cricket to know you're not actually booing the England captain right there. Guys, thank you all very much. Great to see England winning. Joe, keep it up. Andy, thank you. And Rob, Herculean effort. You represented all of us. You're an absolute English cricket titan. Congratulations.